This is Warhammer the End Times Vermintide. So it's very much a co-op focused experience, very similar to Left 4 Dead. You work together as a group of 4, but instead of zombies, you're killing rats. Tons and tons and tons of rats. There's rodents everywhere. So like Left 4 Dead, you basically have this selection of characters, they all interact with each other. Here they're more class-based, so you get different types of things based on the Warhammer fantasy universe, like the dwarves, the fire mage lady. I'm a, I suppose, elfin sort of bowmaster. I don't know, there's some sort of special name to it, whatever. And you will have different weapons and skills, and you get to sort of equip these. You don't have like skills as for say like things that you level up as abilities, but you just have different kind of roles that you fill within the squad. At the end of every round there's dice that gets rolled and you get items from it, and then you can take these items, upgrade them, salvage them, and do so forth in like this pub area, which I was kind of hoping we'd start at. And you're able to get your weapons, you know, make them better, fuse them together for more interesting things, and sort of level up that way. Try to race here and help this guy out. I'm doing a terrible job. Oh, shit. Anyways, as we're cutting all these guys down, there's a good selection of levels, and they take place across a campaign. It's kind of a loosely connected story. The characters all interact and chat with each other, which is fun. And they have some interesting things to say as they slice and dice through these hordes of rodents. The worlds vary. You get things from like these, I guess, Victorian era styled housing sections of cities and towns, to underground weird rat lairs, and also some very lovely forests that you move through. I think the worlds are sort of beautiful. They definitely look nice. They have some nice backdrops to them. They're mostly large in scale too, but you get a variation in what you're doing with the levels. Some levels you're kind of just moving through them, killing things. Other ones you need to place barrels to explode things. And also there's one like where you collect sacks of grain that you need. Just different kind of missions as you battle against these rodent threats. See, right now we're trying to break the gate there. Definitely a lot of gameplay present, and some nice replay value too. Definitely don't mind going back and reworking through levels with other people online and helping them out. So aside from the world being large in scale, there's lots of little things you can do within it. Items to find. These items are similar to the Left 4 Dead style. You have your health, you got a little bottle that's like kind of a quick health, and then you have an actual like little parcel package of health that does a little bit more. There's bombs and incendiary grenades. Pick this up and go help out the cause. And there's potions, such as one that grants quick strength and another that makes you really fast. And you kind of use all these items whenever you'd like, and they help you out. It's also very class-based. As you can see, there's different styles with the characters and how they interact based on that. Yeah, I am the kind of elven archer person. I like the medium range kind of archer ability I have, and the close range daggers are nice. But you can customize that to a degree too with the different sorts of weapons that you come across while you're fighting.
Just like a dwarf.
And you get different options for battle. Definitely a fair bit of content here in that regard. The enemies vary too. Tons of ugly, grotesque rats to cut up. Nice. Oh, I guess somebody's down. Oh no! And aside from the regular rats, there's these special infected rats, like this guy that like pulls me down. There's giant tank rats too that just kind of move along and really wreck your day, which are fun. And there's all these different like special type rats that you can just come across, which I thought were interesting. Got the health package. If people die, you can go and kind of like pick them up, find them within the world. So it's very you get to see that Left 4 Dead style. Could you just stop moving, lady? You can heal your teammates if they let you. As I'm trying to help this person out. Get back here. So, yeah, with the world's looking nice, I did notice on base hardware, that there are some sort of performance issues like screen tearing and so forth, but it generally plays alright considering the mass amounts of rats that are flying across the screen at you. On the 1X though, we're getting native 4K, which is nice, and it's smooth. It looks great. It's fantastic. It's vibrant. It's beautiful. There's lots of other little minor improvements too along the way, and I've noticed like literally no issues. There's some minor little areas where you get a little bit of screen tearing, but it's not really present. You mostly get that effect. I was in a forest and I kind of moved along the tree line and I saw a little bit of it, but it's really not even visible, and it looks just great. I mean, like, look at that. It's fantastic. It's like pinned against there, the little rat. So they've done some great jobs with actually, enhancing it and making it look better. There's no HDR in this, sadly. I thought that would have been a nice touch with all the kind of spooky, mystical things and like the weird lighting. I thought that would look really cool in the HDR, but they did not add that feature. I think generally overall, though, oh crap. It's definitely a nice host of improvements for the game. Okay, there we go, we got him. And the Xbox One X enhanced version definitely is a much needed kind of boost for the game, and they've done a fantastic job working with it. I think it's just really running smoothly, while keeping the gore and the rats at the maximum, which is nice. So you get like quite a few hours of gameplay out of this. It's lots of fun if you have a group of people. You all take different roles, and you have somebody beat the fire mage person, or he's just healing himself.
I'm on the spot healing for you. I was better off before most.
Thanks, man. I'm having a hard time with that. Be like the fire person down there, somebody with a musket. They all have different sets of weapons, and obviously with the customization, you can get some slightly different ones. Jeez, okay, there we go. Well, this is looking lovely. I'm not sure what our particular mission is here. I think we're reaching some sort of mystical tower. And you again get that very Left 4 Dead style where you're moving through spaces. Some are more open than others, and you're definitely just trying to reach this end goal. Your characters are also very helpful for letting you know what you're doing. They'll be like, oh, this person's made the right way, or oh, I think this is the way out, guys, and so forth, which is nice. You do a lot of looting through the chests. It's not really like specific items that you're trying to find. You're just getting things that'll help you survive, like the potions and the health and so forth. Definitely captures that whole fantasy side of Warhammer very well, though, and I appreciate that. I'm more of like the 40k. I don't know much about it, but I definitely prefer the 40k. But the fantasy, I definitely like this Vermintide thing. I think the setting's very interesting. We've done a good job with it. And the rats are awesome to cut through. So cool. Like, they're such a simple but yet interesting kind of enemy to face, if that makes sense. Like, there's more to them than just being like hordes of zombies. You see these like nasty little rats crawling everywhere. Oh crap, that's not good. I do like how cooperative focused this game is. You get very few games that are entirely able to pull off a co-op experience, but you can also, play it by yourself. The AI comes and does help out. I do notice that they're somewhat incompetent. I say that in the sense that they don't play the objective. Like, if you have to move barrels around, they won't do it, which is kind of disappointing. But I mean, you can play it by yourself if that's an option. The matchmaking's easy though, and it's built right into it with the hub world and everything like that. So it's never a big deal getting others to play with, and it's nice that the entire thing is, co-op focused. There's never a moment where you are, being forced to play by yourself or anything like that. And it's fun the entire time. You never feel like you're, having any issues in the co-op. Everybody seems to work together for the most part, which is nice. You generally don't get that. Everybody can be very selfish. Okay, now we're continuing along. We're reaching up the top of the tower. And like I did say, there's a good selection of levels across a multitude of areas. And they're all varied enough, which is nice. And you can go back and replay them without difficulty. There's the end of the tower here.
Stairs. This will test your endurance, Lumberfoots.
Now there's more intensive medical supplies. I think somebody else needs them more than I do, though. You can also vary your attacks. I just do the usual, like, light swing, just kind of cut down groups because there's so many rats all the time. You can do the hold down and get more of a fury strike, which is nice. The bow, you can do the same. You can hold down and get more armor piercing, strength, so forth. There are collectibles as well. I guess I didn't really mention those. Little tombs you can find. And those unlock achievements and so forth. Grab some ammo. I think we're getting ready for a fairly epic battle here. I hate these tougher rats. Nice. You can employ certain amounts of stealth as well. I guess employ. If you have like a long-range class, you can sit back and cut guys before you enter the area, and that kind of cuts down the numbers. You know, I swear stuff like that normally doesn't happen. When they start twitching out like that, it's kind of funny. I always seem to run into that when I'm filming things. If you're wondering why I frenzy do it like that, it's just so they can't come after me, and I can just kind of take them out. We're going to be doing one of those endless horde type areas, you know, where the, like in Left 4 Dead, where all the zombies come like rushing in. So you're going to see a frenzy of rats running into the fold, which is nice. The missions are typically similar in length. So one is like never too long and so forth, which is kind of nice, you know, it keeps the flow going. Which is good. You don't want to be ever like slow in a co-op game, so it's got that fast pace to it, where you're always kind of moving. Yep, that's gonna piss some rats off. Visibility is nice on teammates too. You can see them through walls when they're taking damage.
Let me heal you, mate.
A competent job, mercenary.
Yeah, now you're seeing that the rats are coming in. So let's get cutting.
Crude but effective, Sergeant.
Can feel overwhelming at times, but never to the degree that you're like frustrated what you're doing. It's kind of a nice frenzy of rats that they're able to fill onto the screen at once. And they come from everywhere. So they're kind of weirdly spread out around in this area. We're not exactly moving close together. Provide some support. Could you kindly not, rats? Oh, another interesting aspect is the fire rats. During barrel scenes will actually light these barrels on fire, causing you to have to run fast or throw the barrel down for it to explode. A little bit neat of a thing. Like I fall off the ledge. We'll help our teammate out.
They're coming. Burn them.
It's never hard to be a teammate in this, which is nice. It's not like Left 4 Dead where you constantly get stunned if something's happening. Uh-oh. Shoot the guy. Shoot them. Seriously, people? Give me a hand. I'm gonna get like put on a spike here. That was pitiful. Absolutely pitiful.
Kill the vermin before it grows.
Not happy about that at all.
It burns my throat.
This guy up here. The bile is kind of like one of the special rats. Spitting that crap up there.
Luckily, their reactions are as slow as yours.
So you can take part in using the incendiary, and you get a good look at that. Nice little animations. Fire comes out. The game is just gorgeous. Gory too. I suppose it could use some better rat dismemberment, but I think it's good enough. Get a revive off here.
On your feet, wizard.
Oh, and you can definitely feel it too. They do a good job of taking advantage of the vibration of the controller, which is nice. And you can feel those rats getting cut up. Are we going, guys? Wait, what's happening here? We gotta get out of here.
Your soul howls in a darkness of your own making.
Everyone's just like chilling out.
You spend so much time at my side. There's no shame in admitting that you love me.
What are you doing? Come on, guys. Alright, so also, aside from general improvements to get that native 4K, there's improved anti-aliasing, better shadow casting. The detailed textures are sharper, so you get improved visual look. Stronger CPU, the game runs at a more consistent frame rate, obviously, as we're seeing.
The Vermintide way.
And again, yeah, the HDR support is not there, which is a bit disappointing. Again, personally for me, but whatever. It doesn't make the biggest difference. I think it's a lot of fun. It's great with a group of friends, especially if you can get a whole team together. Come on, guys. Get everybody in here. Seriously? Unbelievable. So now you're gonna get that dice rolling in action. And apparently an achievement. Cool, we did that, whatever that is. It's a bonus object, so it's part of the salvaging and editing system for your weapons. And the dice rolling. Yeah. I don't know, I think it's a fun, gory, rat-filled time to have with your friends. It's great on the 1X. It runs really well. Even on the base version, I think it's fine. Supply and demand. Sure. You get scored at the end based on your performance. I think I did alright since I joined like a bit into it. Kind of takes track of all your headshots and your kills. And overall, it's just a really enjoyable game. I have a lot of fun playing it. Even by myself, if I don't have a team. I think I did, definitely, when I was originally reviewing it. I had an extra code so I could play with friends, so that was nice. Very good cooperative effort if you can get a group of people with mics talking and working together. You're just slicing down rodents, which is good. Variation of levels is nice. The environments you go through are really gorgeous. Especially if you get to some of the underground tombs, they're like really crazy. And there's a nice sense of choice in the difficulty, and the levels themselves vary in how hard they are, but nothing's too difficult to run through, and they're mostly an enjoyable time. Cool, here's the hub area, so you finally get to see that. It's where you pick your missions, custom games, quick play, your inventory. Get some more ammo if you want. You can have a drink and fight your other friends from the barkeep. Come on, man, I'm showing off. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Here we go, is our weird shrine of whatever. Kind of add trinkets and stuff. The bounty board. And the forge, where you can fuse, upgrade, or salvage your items. Here is the selection of heroes. We have the Witch Hunter, I am the Weight Watcher.
Depend on me.
We've got the Dwarf Ranger,
Flames
Bright
leaders.
Wizard, and the Empire Soldier. So, a nice selection, and I definitely think something for everyone, and it works well. It's definitely a enjoyable thing, and I definitely suggest checking it out, because it is a lot of fun to slice the vermin alone. Well, hopefully together, because it's a lot more fun when you're with a group. It's easy to find randoms, and they all work together, which is great. Or, you can just work with your actual group of friends, which is even better.